All right, even though we left deployment for almost the last, this is what you should be doing right after your first working version before you start iterating on it. And the reason is this would help you keep copies of your code. And for the purpose of this lesson, we left it up to now though. So what you want to do is before you deploy, you've already checked if your build is working, you already did the debugging. So you want to run your application again and then test it by just going through the user flow. Like try it yourself. Don't just see if the code is running. So here's our app. Looks like there is this log that appeared here. This wasn't appearing, right? So you want to copy that, paste it back to Claude. It's going to say it's probably just like a hydration error or something minor. And note that also sometimes when something like they call this a console error, if that appears, it could also be to do with your extensions. Like I have so many here. Especially some wallet extensions sometimes cause a conflict. Looks like it was a hydration warning error. It's just saying basically turn that off, I think. Again, I'm not a coder either. So we're just gonna reload. See that the error is gone, connect wallet. This is what we're seeing. And it's making me wonder what were all those extra edits it did. And this is why things would take longer. So at this point, what I would have done is like, hey, we made all those extra code for basically customization of your art outcome. Why am I not seeing any of them? And it's going to say, oh, I forgot to integrate the front end UI. We have the back end set up. The logic is there. We just didn't give the user a tool to do it. But let's say you're happy with this version, and we're going to focus on what to do now and how to deploy it on Git. You want to go to here. This link will take you to GitHub. And if you don't have an account, you want to create an account, name your app, shapes again, and set it to private. And what that means is that no one else is going to see this repository. It's really good practice to set it to public actually, because we want to share code. If no one shared code, we wouldn't be able to create this application without knowing how to code, because all these AIs been trained on codes that were accessible for it to be trained on and to learn. So we want to be doing the same, but because we're amateur, we gotta protect ourselves. So start by private. Once you're confident, then you can go public. But first, you're gonna just copy this, and you want to go to your terminal, close your app if it's running, paste that in. And then I have this handy list of commands for myself, so I don't have to type things. I wouldn't be able to type them if I wanted to. And this is just going to be basically publishing everything to Git. You might have noticed that I've skipped the Git ignore section, and that's because Minikit already comes with that. But if you were starting, from a different boilerplate, you want to make sure you have this thing, mainly because some files are so big that it's not going to be able to upload to Git. And you can see the list of the commands I just showed you on the very bottom of the modules later. And if I reload this page, you're going to see my whole code base here. Just one thing to keep in mind is that you actually have to copy that from GitHub and not this line here, because that's just an example code.